Since you go by the antidote to R&B, how do you feel about what they call R&B right now?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. R&B is in a good space. It's some real good artists that's out. I mean, just to let you know though, the ladies was representing for a minute though. Like,
okay, so which ones we talking about?
Look, her be getting it on.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll get her. Yeah, okay.
Shoot, Tasia, but you know Tasia been out for a minute. Tasia, her, who else, man? Who else? It's yeah. Ella May, Jasmine Sullivan, like the ladies,
okay.
Man. The ladies.
Well, those, yeah, I would say that.
And then what's my girl from the Fresh Prince series?
I was gonna say her. Kiki Palmer. No.
Kiki be singing, but what's my girl from the Bel Air series?
No, he talking about the girl that
she had the single.
She sing like
Coco.
Coco, yes, Coco.
Come on, man, Coco. Hey, look, the ladies.
Yeah,
the ladies represented, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Chris Brown been putting in work.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in comparison to what let's just go back to 90s R&B.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so what are your thoughts in terms of 90s R&B to where we are now?
Well, you gotta understand, man. R&B changed over time. You had a great legendary singer like Gerald Levert, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. But the change of R&B during his time, remember, it changed to disco. And they weren't calling for Gerald no more. Like, how could you not call for that voice?
Yeah.
So just, you know, my response to your question is in response to the change of music. But from the 90s, man, I mean, come on. It's one of the best eras of R&B.
Exactly. So I'm just saying in terms of, like, you like now, when we hear something, like we've been listening to R&B music all night, you know, and it's just like, you just keep hitting those jams that just make you like, I just don't feel like I personally haven't heard that type of thing that has that longevity, that vibe, that as soon as you hear it, no matter what, like, you know, we just had Drew Hill. They just did Beauty, you know. And, you know, name some of the records, you know, like Drew Hill and, who is it? The other one, Jodeci. And you know, God. Even Blackstreet. And, you know, it's SWV. You know.
Look, there's too many.
You know.
But, you know, with the change of R&B, it's the folks that's actually working at the labels.
I get that.
I
understand that, but you know, thank God for the internet.
For real. I did a post the other day, and the post it said, you know, I'm an artist. Like I finally reached a moment where I'm not seeking validation.
Right. You know what?
I ain't gonna tell y'all how many years
I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I think that's what it was with you. When we first met and we talked, you know, and we just being real, you know what I'm saying? And I was so surprised, you know, how you felt at that time, you know, and I was just like, no way. And I'm just listening to all these songs that you sending me, and I'm just like, nah, you just gotta do your thing, you know, don't even look for nobody else. And that's what we all had to do, you know, we have to believe in ourselves, and we have to just do our thing. And again, you know, I'll say it again in terms of, you know, I'm all about supporting, you know, y'all know that. I mean, when I got my platform on the radio, day one, exactly. You know, we come out, we come support you. You know, if you say, we want Blakey, can you get Blakey Radio in the building? Richmond, we gotta go support it right there. You know, so, you know, we got Natural Born Hustlers in the building. You know, we got 7 in the building, you know. So, like, the thing I love, we gotta support each other.
Hold on, man.
What's up? Oh, yeah, okay, go ahead.
7, listen, man, he need the whole 1 through 10 behind his name. You feel me? Not just one number.
Not 7. He need 1 to do about 7 and 10. Right.
Shout out to the big bro, man. We've been doing
it. Shout out to 7 in the building. And thank you for coming out tonight to support. That's what he's saying. Man. You know, we come out, we support 7. You know, we gotta, you know, we support each other as artists. And that's one thing I can say about this nucleus of folks that's in this room right now. that we support each other, you know. And I know we can't always make it to everybody's events, and that's right. That deserves a round of applause. You know, that deserves, because I know some selfish people out here, don't you?
Oh.
They want you to come to everything they do, and when it's time for you, you never see them in the room. You're like, well, I thought so-and-so's gonna come. They don't give you every excuse in the book as to why they couldn't be there, but they want you to come to everything. So, you know, even I'm like, listen, I support those that support me. If you support me, I'm gonna support you. And it's just, you know, I can't be everywhere, so I'm gonna make sure I support the people that support. Even Richmo, we just talked about that in terms of, you know, out there in Monroe. Richmo had his birthday. You know, some people we understand couldn't make it, but it's like,
come on, Richmo, you ain't send me no invite, cuz. Come on, man.
You right.
Yeah. Let me pull up for you, man. Shout out to the big one.
Yeah, so we did the Scorpio celebration out there in Monroe. And, you know, some folks did turn out. So it was a nice turnout. We had a good night. We celebrated Richmo's birthday. So shout out to Richmo on that one. Zoe, it's your turn now. It's Zoe's birthday, so make sure you let Richmo know about that event that you have in karaoke over there at Impulse. So, you know, we got to support each other. So tell me, you got so much going on. You got sound, you got DJ. Tell people what you got going on, because remember, we are recording, we're going to be putting this out there, and also, you know, we want people to follow you, we want people to, you know, see where you are, because you'll be a lot of places, you'll be like all over. So
right now, the main thing that's going on for me that I'm super excited about, my company, production company. So it's all things production. And what happened was I was getting booked already for, you know, folks' wedding and corporate events,
right,
and always having to find sound, and then the right sound. You know,
yeah, that's important.
You
for
know,
an artist.
the right production behind you, and especially when you're trying to really portray or put your brand in the likes of, you know, the top-notch artists that's out here doing anything. So
right,
for me, I just started investing in production equipment. I started, I knew what I wanted for myself, and so I just started pouring in it, and now it's one of the most sought after production companies in the city. We don't really do a lot of sound around town, but when you see us, like tomorrow, the name of the company is Rayback's Enterprises, which is just XAVIER spelled backwards. That's my LLC.
Right.
But we're doing the Rick Case Christmas party. That's about 2,000 people.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Tomorrow.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, man. So that's just keeping busy. And it's like if Sony can put their artists on tour and have this great production, I wanted to provide that for the mid-level.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to have that $100,000 budget.
Right.
But we're going to have a $100,000 production.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah. You know, and as artists, you know, we all appreciate that, you know, because we a lot of times don't have that $100,000 budget, you know, at this stuff. We ain't Beyonce and, you know, all them folks that got everything at their beck and call at their disposal. So, and that is very important. You know, you've done sound for me a couple times, and I'm like, I love it because an artist knows what an artist wants. So it's like, I know what you know, need to sound like. We know what we want to hear on stage, you know, so that's very important, especially to our performance. Because if we're not hearing what we need to hear, it kind of can throw us off, because mentally we're like, this ain't what I thought it was going to be.
Well, you know what's crazy about doing sound or just production in general? It's a big word. It's the word is service. It's like I really get gassed up to service you, to service other artists, you know, that's out there doing anything. And when I'm able to just step in like Seven, you know, artists like that, I'm able to service you all with sound, or, you know, just production, staging, lighting, you know. And now it goes to another level. We got LED walls. We got all kind of stuff going, to the point where I forget I'm an artist.
No, I know that, because he gets so excited about doing sound and production. He's like, I got lights. You want lights? And I'm like, you got lights? And he's like, yeah, I got these lights, and they just do, you know. And I'm like, well, I want the lights, you know. You know, he make it like, I got lights, and then, you know, that'll really set this thing off. And I'll be like, okay, well, give me the lights too.
Come on, man. It's all about, you know, it takes a special person that's willing to put themselves aside, you know, to help be a part of someone else's shine, man. And I'm telling you, it's no greater feeling. So, you know, I'm all for that. I'm all for the support. That's why I'm here tonight. You know, I appreciate you for having me. That's always.
I'm glad you was available because, again, you busy. And, you know, I had to lock you down, what was that, like a month ago? I was like, look, can you do December? Okay, well, what, you can't do that. Okay, what about this date? You know, so, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But I want to go back to, before we get you, you know, performing and all, but I want to go back to, you said the validation. Like, what brought you to that point?
You reach a point in this game, like, you know, my single debut nationally, 55 million listeners nationwide on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Wow, congratulations on that. Woo!
But here's the deal, though. So that was a blessing, but the enemy stepped in and tried to take that blessing from up under my feet, because there was a person who wanted me to sign a distribution deal with them. And I had just got out of a bad situation, so I wasn't really interested in seeing no more paperwork at the moment.
Right.
So at that particular time, he was granted permission from other parties that were connected to me to take a few of my songs and put them on iTunes to prove what he could do.
Right.
Well, what God has for you is for you.
Absolutely.
And after that, I was performing on TV, and Steve Harvey saw me performing my single, and as a result, a person that I never met before in my life intercepted some of my downloads.
Wow.
So, you know, you got to understand what's going on. And then America's Got Talent featured in New York on the Today Show.
Awesome.
You know, so it just gets to become a moment whereas the testimony in itself leads you to the point where it's, look, I'm not going in the studio making music for other people to validate if it sounds good.
Hello, exactly.
You know, music like good food, man. You can't fake it that food tastes good. Right. You know, so it's like, man, when you start to really just make music for yourself, and you know your message, your melody, your tone, everything, it will reach who it's supposed to.
Absolutely.
I think
absolutely. And there it is. And that's what I said, you know, there's an audience probably for just about everything. And whoever your audience, that's your audience. Everybody ain't gonna love what you do. Okay. Everybody ain't gonna love what I do. Everybody ain't gonna love, you know, we got a bunch of talent in the room. You know, everybody ain't gonna, but the people that do, it's for you. It's for them. It's for you. It's like Sharia's audience. It's Seven's audience. My audience. It's Zoe's audience. It's Richmond. It's for them. If you enjoy what I'm doing, then hey, there you go. That's for you then. You know.
The weird thing too, man. When you do things without seeking validation, that's when everybody pay attention. When you don't care, like you do stuff and don't care what nobody think. That's when everybody notice.
Yeah.
That's when everybody finally start to really hear. And so, you know, it feels good to be at a point, man, where you're not seeking validation. You know, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do this for me.
Well, I think too, you know, and I go back to it, in Richmond, I've had this I just had a conversation with someone that's doing, you know, not just, you know, entertainment, period. You have to believe in yourself. And if you decide that this is what you're going to do, again, whoever the audience that enjoys what you're doing, because now we have the internet. So we can put out whatever we want, you know, and stand behind that. So, and that if people still do that in terms of looking for that validation, oh, I'm looking for so-and-so, this name person, what are you doing that for? And you're going to be right back in the same situation waiting on somebody else to put you out, to put your stuff out, to control your destiny, because that's what they're doing. They're controlling your destiny. You can control your destiny. So you put your stuff out there. You know, my thing is now, and maybe you can even have some words to this, you know, Seven, you, myself, Richmond, all these people, we get paid, you know, for our talent. So what I see a lot of, and we're getting ready to do something with Black Ink Radio when we talk about, do you have followers or fans? And I mean that because you have a lot of these folks coming out, and I do see some great talent, and they got these numbers. So I got 10,000, I got 25,000, I got 35. But they like, I want to get paid to perform, I want to get paid. And these are more, you know, less seasoned type artists. But they don't understand. Club owners need to sell liquor and food, and promoters want to sell tickets. Now you got 35,000 on your following, but can you get 10 people in the room? So, you know, and I have a lot of these artists come to me and they're like, Dynasty, I want to get booked, I want to get paid, I want to get paid, I want to get paid. It's called supply and demand. What you're supplying, is it in demand? So I'm glad we're recording this, Rich Mo, because people need to hear this, especially our artists and entertainers out here. So and now we have platforms that we can push our stuff out there. So you have to believe enough in you if you want people, like you said, when you ain't worried about validating, you believe in yourself, that's when they start really paying attention to what you're doing. You know, because you're not trying to validate, but you also have to understand if you want to get paid to perform, you have to be able to get people to want to come out and see you. They got to want to come out and support you, you know.
It's another thing, too. Artists just got to stop copycatting each other.
That's another thing. Yeah, say it again, please.
And I really do think that's what kind of like defuses a lot of artists' flame or messes up what they could potentially do. I'm interested in being the best me.
There you go. You can't. There you go. There you go.
So it's like if I'm working at being the best Xavier Lewis, the antidote to R&B every single day, then that's all that matters to me.
Yep.
But I'm not trying to portray or be someone else. It gets to the point where if you know, you could close your eyes. There once was a time you could close your eyes, and it could be any one of these guys. I'm not gonna call no names.
Okay.
If you heard a particular song,
okay,
right? I'm not gonna call no names.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you remember back in the day growing up, if you closed your eyes and you heard Patty, you knew that was Patty.
No, it was Patty. That's right.
If you closed your eyes and you heard Anita Baker, you knew that was Anita
Baker. Yeah.
You knew it was George Benson.
Yeah.
You knew it was. You knew it was Ray Charles.
Yeah.
You knew. And here's I am mad. I am mad. So shout out to, you know, Death Row Records by signing my boy, cause he killing the whole Marvin Gaye thing right now.
Who?
Oh, come on now.
I guess I haven't heard him. I don't listen to the radio because the radio doesn't play what I want to hear.
Oh my
God. Who?
What's my guy name again? Come on, DJ. He got the new song right now. See, y'all gonna make me.
Well, go on and do it then, because obviously I'm drawing the blank. So anybody?
When you hear this dude's voice, October London.
Okay.
October London. Yeah. October.
Oh,
no, you're right.
Yeah,
October London, his new single. But if you listen to his body of work, he intentionally, in honor of Marvin Gaye, this Joker sounds exactly like Marvin Gaye. Exactly like Marvin Gaye. Guess what? Guess what? Y'all ever heard somebody sound exactly like Teddy P? Anyone in here?
Anybody
heard anyone that sounds just like Teddy P?
Anybody? Oh, him in the shop. No. That's not gonna fly.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Look, that man sound exactly.
And guess what? You hear him singing right here on this flow, he'll sound just like that. But guess what? It's a freak of nature in the house sound just like Teddy P.
And so is.
Y'all don't even know Teddy P walk around the streets of Atlanta. Y'all don't even know that. I've been saying this for a long time. He should be getting paid by the city. The city should be cutting this dude a check. And if I was his management, I would make sure the city is cutting him a check. Because he will have an Atlanta residency right here. Y'all don't even know. We got a modern day Tina Marie walk around too. Y'all ain't Katie Burke.
Oh yes.
Man,
and I only saw her because of you.
Look,
I only saw her because of you.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man,
bad.
it's some dangerous people out here.
She
but
bad girl.
That feeling you had, I got so much respect for October because he's bringing it back. And so what happens is I'm going to tell you why I used him as an example, y'all.
That was a good one. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. I'm going to tell you why I used October London as an example of why I'm mad. Because I forgot what the original question was, right?
Yeah, we
But let me tell you why I'm mad. A record label like Atlantic signed one of the biggest artists of all time, Ray Charles. He was signed to Atlantic. And look how far away from legendary talent Atlantic got. No disrespect to the rappers, but Atlantic was once a foundation of that.
True. That's true. Yeah.
A man that crossed genres. I mean, Ray Charles is one of my favorite artists of all time. So, you know, if Atlantic just did one thing, if they hit your boy and said, X, let's do in honor of Ray Charles, even if it's one single, even if it's one EP, I'm telling y'all, man, I'll put my feet in that thing. Because Ray Charles that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And so when y'all hear where R&B can potentially go, we just have to make the execs, we need them to sign off on it. But much respect to them. I want to really get in the studio with Seven, because see, Seven been in the studio, but I got some stuff in my head that I ain't never told him about.
Boy, come on, man.
And see, I won't really go in the studio anymore, but I will for certain people and certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. But look, that's why I tell y'all, man, R&B, don't think it's here. It's just that it's gonna take the right people to kick it back through the door again.
Well, I mean, you are right, because my manager in New York is, you know, he's been around since the disco era, and he was saying, you know, like, wow, if I could just get these labels, like, people want that R&B. They really do want it, and they just got to get them to believe it.
Just like people want to eat good food,
right?
But they might not be able to cook it,
right?
So what they do, they go to Mama House, and they go to the restaurant that can provide them with that experience.
Exactly.
So
that's true.
Soul music, y'all gotta remember, man. Soul music, all right, was bigger than pop back in the day. Remember, what's my white band? My white band, the Beatles. The Beatles sent the plane to pick up what's my guy from Macon? Come on, Seven.
Little Russia.
No.
James Brown.
No, not Augusta, Macon. I'm old school. Look, I get it. Anyway, I got a lot going on in my head right now. Otis Redding. The Beatles sent the plane to pick up Otis. Otis Redding was bigger than the Beatles. Little Richard, you know what I'm saying? Like, soul music was more than just a raspy voice. Soul music truly was church, and real R&B embodies all of that.
Yeah.
It's the good and the bad of love. It's lust.
Yeah.
It's togetherness.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
Yeah.
It's heartbreak.
Yeah.
And you're not afraid to put it all out on that song.
Yeah.
You're not afraid. So, you know, we getting back to that, man. We're going to get back to that feeling.
Well, with that being said, we know where to get the antidote to R&B.
Shout out to V103 in Atlanta. Shout out to Black Ink Radio. Everything, that's what she was. The first time I recognized beauty, it was her. She had long hair, smooth brown skin, like Dream was saying, Shawty is a 10. She's my lover, yeah, and my friend, my joy, my happiness within. She's my rider, yeah, I'm her provider, and when I'm beside her,
that you chose me.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Said I wanna be the one you love, yeah, yeah.
Be the one I love. I know I'm in love.
She's my Mona Lisa, one in a million like Aaliyah. Always there when I need her. I'd be a